So hello and welcome to this channel. Today in this video or in this series I say, we will be creating a clone of this project. We will be building this project from the very start. This is basically a browser automation project that takes an Instagram username as input, as you can see in this image. It takes a Instagram username as input and then extracts all the data of all their reels. So it goes to each of the reel of that creator and extracts the number of likes, the number of comments, and the number of views that the reel has, and also the the URL of that particular reel. And at the end, it arranges all those reels in a ascending order. So it sorts the reels in ascending order from the most liked, most commented, and most views to most disliked, most discommented, and least viewed videos. So we will be creating this project from the very beginning, and let's get started. So teaching all of this project and building all of this project in one video is not possible. So I will be making parts of this video and dividing it into small parts, and after that I will create a playlist of all those parts. So let's get started. So in order to get started, we need to install our main module, that is Playwright. Playwright is a browser automation module, and in order to get started with it, we need to run a few commands in our particular folder where we want to create our project. So number one, we need to create a virtual environment for our Playwright, because in order to make it isolated from your global Python package, we will create a virtual environment. After the virtual environment has been created, we will activate it, and inside it run a few commands such as pip install pytest playwright, and after that we will run another command that will be playwright install. So now that we have installed Playwright and we are ready to use Playwright, let me tell you about why we are using browser automation. So Playwright is a browser automation tool just like Selenium. As you can see here, let me close this one. And as you can see here, Playwright is a module, provides a method to launch browser instance. The following is a typical example of using Playwright to drive automation. So this is the boilerplate code, or as you can see, a template for default page of Playwright. We can simply copy this and paste it in here, and then we can replace this with google.com, and then we can use a method that will return us with the page title. So here simply we are using page.title method in order to get the title of the page that we opened earlier, that is google.com. So we can save this and run it here, main.py, python main.py, and because we have installed Playwright successfully, it will obviously run. It's taking quite a while because it's browser automation, and browser automation takes a little while. It's not showing up on the screen because browser automation is Playwright opens it by default in headless mode, which is not visible. So if you want it to be visible, you can just say headless equal false. So headless mode means hidden mode, and false means not hidden. So if we run it again, it will hopefully show up. As you can see here, it shows up. And now when it goes to google.com, it retrieves the title and prints it and then closes the browser. Now the question is, why browser automation? Why the heck are we using browser automation? And the simple answer is because that is what will work for our project. We are creating a Instagram scraper, and Instagram, as you can see, is a dynamic website. Is Instagram a dynamic website? And yes, Instagram is a dynamic website. A dynamic website means that all the content of that website loads inside the browser. So if you send the website a GET request, like we can say Python and then I import the request module that is basically used to send GET requests or post requests, any kind of request, basically http://instagram.com, and store the response in a response variable. Okay, there's something wrong. Okay, so I need to use double commas here, and we wait for the response. It's taking quite a while because I have a bad internet right now. Okay, so it's done. Let's see the contents of response.txt, and this is what we got. This is the HTML code that was returned to us by Instagram.com. It's quite a lot of code, but it's still not the whole website. It's not the whole website, and I can prove it to you by showing it to you, by showing you the online page. I go to one of the online HTML viewers, and I will paste the copied page that I got from here, the HTML content of the page. Okay, so here if I paste it, as you can see, nothing is being loaded. It's just the boilerplate code for Instagram. There is nothing here. There is no login page, no sign up page, nothing. So we cannot get anything from a simple GET request or by simply using request modules or URL lib or HTTP modules. We need to use browser automation, because browser automation lets us copy the behavior of a browser. As we can see, the Instagram.com runs in a browser, and everything it does in the browser stays in the browser. So we can behave like a browser and get the data exactly from a browser. So if we go to Instagram.com and open a famous creator's profile, that is Diljit Dosanjh, and let it load for a bit. This whole data is being loaded on the browser, and because we're using browser automation, we can extract all this with the help of, that is right, Playwright. That's why we're using Playwright. You can also use other browser automation tools like Selenium, but I like this one because it has a minimalist interface and it makes me write less code compared to Selenium. So let's get started. For now, we can close this. This was just a demonstration of how HTTP modules are of no use with dynamic websites. So in order to get data from dynamic websites, we need to use browser automation tools such as Playwright. So now here we are retrieving the title, and I want to show you something. On this instance of the Chrome, on this instance of browser, I am logged in with this profile. As you can see, I am logged in. This is a logged in account. This is a logged in page. But if I open a not logged in Instagram.com using incognito tab, let's see, we get a login page that has two parameters, basically a username and a password and a login button. So what we need to do every time we need to go to a profile to extract data is that we need to perform login. So let me tell you why we even need to log in inside a Instagram account in order to extract details from a particular Instagram account like this one. So if I open this same account in an incognito tab where I am not logged in as a user, then let's see what happens. As you can see, the page loads normally and it is showing the login sign up option, but I can see the number of posts, the number of followers, and the number of followings. And other things, I can go to the Reels tab, but the main thing here is that you will be able to see that I cannot see the number of views each reel has. I cannot see the number of likes and comments each reel has. Whereas if I used a logged in account such as this one, as you can see, I am logged in. I go to the Reels tab and I can still see the post, the follower, but now I can also see the number of views, the number of likes and comments each reel has. So that's the difference between a logged in account and not logged in account. So basically we will be working with a logged in account in order to get all these details. and we will get all these details for each and every wheel of the particular creator. So let's get right into it. We need to enter the username and the password and then click on login button. We can do all of that with the help of, that's right, browser automation, Playwright. So we can use page.find, or maybe it was something else. Let me check. Page.get by label. There are many methods, as you can see, but we'll use get by label, and I'll explain to you what these methods are used for, and we'll get 2 copies of them. So basically these methods will be used in order to enter data to these input fields. We will need to identify these input fields from the whole page to let Playwright know where to input the data. So we'll go to browser inspection tool and selection tool and select this input field, and then we'll copy its text. That will be this one, phone number, comma, username, comma, or email. Double click on it, Control C, and paste it here. And then we'll use .fill method in order to fill something inside it. And we'll do the same for the next one. Go here, select the second one, copy this. So we're simply copying the placeholder text for both the input fields and then using .fill method in order to fill details inside them. That will be the username and the password. So I will be importing my username and password from this credentials.py files. And now username is here, password, and password is here. So now it is being filled, and then we need to click on this button. So we can just, in order to handle buttons, we can use their XPath. So using this tool, we can select this button and click on these 3 dots. As you can see, button is here. Right click on it, copy, and then copy XPath. Remember, not to copy the full XPath, but just the XPath. And then go back here, and then we'll use a simple page.locator function, and then pass it the XPath that we copied, and then use .click method to click it. Of course, we do need to change the URL to Instagram.com in order to do all these things on Instagram.com. But before that, we will need to wait the page to load. So we can use something like page.wait for load state, and we can basically wait the page to load using this method, and we can determine if the page is loaded or not by these properties. As you can see, DOM content loaded, or load, or network idle. So we'll determine if the page is loaded or not based on network idle. So if the network is idle, the network has stopped sending GET or POST request or WebSocket request. That means the page has loaded. It's simple. And then after clicking the login button, we will capture a screenshot. We can capture a screenshot of the page for basically page.screenshot and providing it a path to save the screenshot. So in this case, it will save it right in this directory. So let's also provide print statements, but I don't think we need that because we will be able to see with our own eyes how it works. So let's go. And here we will time.sleep for 10 seconds or maybe 20 seconds in order to see how the login works, because login will take quite a while. So let's go, save it and run it. Okay, there's something wrong. Object is not subscriptable. Okay, so we forgot to put brackets. Then run it again. Before that, if you are enjoying this video, then please hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button. That also helps us too. And it's going to Instagram.com, It's waiting for the network to be idle. And when the network becomes idle, it starts typing in and we get an error. That's because Instagram basically checks if the browser is being automated. And if it detects that the browser is being automated, and it simply shows an error. So I feel like this video is becoming really long. So we'll cover the next topic in the next video, and we'll cover this error also in the next video. In the meantime, do try to solve this error on your own. So if you like this kind of content, please do subscribe to this channel. And if you like the video, if you got something to learn from this video, then please hit the like button. That really makes us wanna put more effort. So thanks for watching again. See you next time.